Welcome back, everyone. Today, we want to take you on a journey of healing and self-discovery with the incredible Combined Healing Therapy System, available as part of the upcoming tour in York. We will be booking 1 to 5 day packages. This system is a true testament to the power of ancient and modern healing modalities, coming together to create profound transformation. Each day of the therapies will start at 9 a.m. and end around 5 p.m. with breaks for snacks and feedback from the team. This makes each day an immersive, intensive healing experience.
Our therapies use cutting-edge technologies to co-create with the best possible healing outcomes for your body, mind, and spirit. This is a holistic approach to wellness and self-empowerment. With the Combined Healing Therapy System, you'll experience a range of transformative treatments, including craniosacral therapy, the Lucia Light, the PEMF mat, intensive massage gun therapy, soul surgery, hematite and magnet therapy, and crystal therapy, flotation therapy, infrared sauna, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and HIFU if you choose.
Each treatment is carefully tailored to your individual needs, ensuring a personalized and deeply healing experience.
And it doesn't stop there. All of our packages include trauma release, ancestral balancing, contract revocations and contract invocations, light language, prayer, and vision training. We believe in the power of combined different modalities to unlock your body's innate healing abilities and restore balance.
So whether you choose our 1-day introductory package, 2-day introductory package, 3-day advanced soul surgery package, or 5-day intensive combined therapy package, or any other option, you will receive the highest quality care and support on your healing journey.
Prices for our package range from $1,250 to $6,250 for our British clients, or $1,580 to $8,000 depending on the duration and intensity of the treatments. We want to make sure there's an option available for everyone. Join us in York and experience the transformative power of Combined Healing Therapy System. Let us guide you towards a state of balance, harmony, and well-being. Welcome everyone to this week's Talking Stick Show. So I'd firstly like to welcome the host. We have Laura Massey.
Hi Dale, Amy, Andrew. Hi everybody.
Hi.
And we have the Breaking Andrew Bartzis.
Yes, it's the Breaking Stick Show.
The Breaking Stick Show. And we'd like to welcome Amy Kruzek as well.
Hi.
Hello, Amy.
Hi, everybody.
It's 2 talking sticks now instead of 1.
Yes. So in this show, we're going to be talking about some of the breaking news and the current events going on. There seems to be a lot going on out there, doesn't there, Laura?
Yes, there is a lot going on and a lot that could put you into fear. But just behind the scenes just now, before the show started, we have been having fun with Andrew and looking up some of the headlines that are coming up. And one of them is the solar eclipse. And that's like the second coming of Jesus and so on, which I guess we'll get into in a minute after the others have introduced themselves.
Yes, and that's it. So we've got the solar eclipse coming up, and it was funny earlier because my son actually came in, he was watching YouTube Shorts, and he goes, "Dad, is the world going to end on the 8th?" And I was like, oh, shit. So let's talk a little bit about the fear and the solar eclipse and what it's doing for a lot of people. Andrew, do you want to come in here?
I am your senior solar eclipse doom and gloom reporter on Galactic News Network. Well,
Where are you reporting from, Andrew?
I'm reporting from Central Doom and Gloom Station, where all the trains are heading to Doom and Gloom World. Now, there are pockets of society who have gotten so contrived and fed up with their own prophetic bullshit that every season is a new crop of doom and gloom prophecies. And this is just the next season. Hurricane Doom and Gloom is heading to April 8th, but it will not hit land. It will not cause damage. It will not do anything other than make people anticipate something, go out and check the refrigerator for 2 weeks of food, and then put people into buying bunkers. I foresee on Wednesday next week, after the Comet and the XXL and stuff, a lot of bunkers are going to be for sale. Now, as your senior doom and gloom reporter, we have seen this over and over and over again. Why do people fall for it? That's the big question. And the ultimate answer is people flip, go to the other side. They want it to end. Instead of voting for the lesser of two evils, they vote for the worst of two evils. They've fallen victim to the narrative's message.
So a lot of this fear is
Lost,
generated.
it's just lost of hope.
So is a lot of this fear generated related to the solar eclipse, saying about people are going to flood into these places, which is the line of the eclipse, isn't it, across North America? And you're going to get a lot of, for example, Cleveland, Ohio is on that line, isn't it, of the eclipse?
Yes.
So apparently it's this fear over shortage of fuel, food, etc., because you're going to have supposedly a lot of incoming visitors who want to see the eclipse, and therefore that
No, we won't have. We will not have a big volume of people coming in the eclipse line.
Okay.
What they're saying is the mass amount of refugees from around the world are those people being sent here as part of the prophecy. Okay. And the big fear is the New Madrid Fault will erupt, which is from Mississippi to the Ohio Valley. And the last time it had a major earthquake, I think it was 1820s. The last time this comet was here, I believe. And that is their belief that there's going to be a solar flare in alignment with the eclipse that will create the geomagnetic storm that will cause the earthquake in the New Madrid Fault, which should cut the United States in half. Have you all seen that map where California disappears and turns into a giant inland ocean? They've been promoting that one since the mid 1980s. Okay, when some idiot channeler put it out there. Okay, literally, it's the United States cut in half. The Mississippi River expands 400 miles to the east and the west. Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas disappears. California disappears, and Denver's the new capital of the United States.
So it's like every time it's the same story over and over again. When there's like a big event or a change in the season, like we've just gone into the spring equinox, we're going into the eclipse, we've had solar flares. It just seems to be like the same thing they do all the time, is try and ramp up you to go into fear, get unbalanced, instead of actually seeing what it is, an actual time of change where you can do great work. So it's always like the patterns, and you go into the solstice and then the same happens again. In the solstice, they're going to be throwing some garbage at you in the next equinox to the next solstice. So it's funny, like you say, Andrew, it's just that repeating pattern going over and over again of how much they can give you and how much you can bite. It's like putting the fish out. Who's going to bite?
Yes. Who's going to bite?
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting, isn't it, that when you go on YouTube, there's many religious videos about what the solar eclipse means, and how they're relating it to the Bible stories and so on. And yet, when you go and listen to something like a Native American talking about a solar eclipse, that's just related to a new beginning. That's related to being indoors, being quiet, honouring the ancestors, and so on. A totally different take on it. One is the indigenous is like a rebirth time and time to look at where you've come and where you're going, and the religious one is all about the Bible's fears.
I owe Dale 8 pounds.
Why? Because he didn't go into light worker mode.
No, you did.
No.
We have this bet in the background who will default to light worker mode first, and I bet Dale would do it in the first 40 minutes. In 12 minutes, Laura defaulted to the light worker energy.
I thought
Dale,
it had all gone. I thought it had gone quiet. I thought it had gone
I
quiet.
you. Everyone, I now owe Dale $8. Yes, Wizard's first rule: people are stupid. If you've never read that book or that series of books, please go ahead and read it. It's based. There's a TV series, Seekers that's based on it too. Absolutely wonderful book. But getting down to the ignorance of people, throughout the many ages of history, there have been ignorant people kept in ignorance because they weren't allowed a natural education, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. In today's society, we have been broken into tribalism of left versus right, up versus down, inside versus out. And the average educated level of the human being has been lowered significantly since the 1950s, which makes it easier and easier and easier for the narrative machine to grind people's minds into idiocracy. And it makes it easy for them to fall for flat earth or the next end of the world preparation, or makes them happy that's the next end of the world, and they're actually hoping for the end of the world. We call them doomers and gloomers. And I beseech you out there, all of you, who around you is a doomer and gloomer, even if they're a closet doomer and gloomer. And what defines a doomer and gloomer?
Someone who always thinks there's no hope. They can actually never see a future where they can progress or feel good. They're just kind of always expecting to kind of like, shit to happen all the time, or they want shit to happen. They're always looking for the shit and the gloom without actually looking at positivity in their own self.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they focus on all the negative aspects.
And they don't change. They don't, like, I was just thinking when you said the 1950s, okay, so those are the boomers, the doomers, gloomers, and boomers.
The doomers and boomers.
Yes. Boomers are generally the doomers and gloomers.
Yes. They are, yeah.
I was just
always. There are exceptions.
Not always.
Light workers.
I was going to say.
Laura's ascended from that anyway.
Well, I was going to ask you, so let's say 1950s. Okay, do you know the percentage of people from then until now, because most of them are still here, like they don't change their belief. They just keep going and going and going with the same actions, reactions of everybody trying to fight this is my belief and I fight it and I'm not going to, you can't,
In the 1950s, the churches generally stayed out of politics. Mm-hmm. By the 1960s, the churches started making political sermons. And by the 1970s and 80s, a good portion of the 30,000 Christian religions that are in the United States, half of their sermons were political with religious intent behind them. Pro-abortion, anti-abortion, rights, no rights, God is God's only word, Seventh-day Adventist, etc., 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 to the point where the reality of church and prayer was interwoven and married with political points of view, from the priesthood all the way to the top levels of the ecclesiarchy, defining what the religion was as a business.
And you know what's interesting? You just had a thought of growing up, because I was raised Catholic, right? Bumper stickers became big with the church and the Like my dad had a bumper sticker, you know.
What did it say?
Like I'm trying to think of the exact word, but you know, it was against abortion. So whatever that sticker was back then, that was on our car. You know, so yeah, so that became the religion became part of the government. They kind of meshed.
So let's talk about the person who sits in front of TV, because I have some of these in my family. Sorry, go ahead, Andrew.
I'm sorry, I'm connecting and disconnecting. Go ahead. My internet's acting weird.
Yeah, no problem. Let's talk about those people who sit in front of TV all the time, who watch the news 7 days a week, 5 days a week. What type of people are those, Laura?
Narrow-minded.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just buying into whatever they're told, aren't they?
The vast majority of them are watching CNN or Sky News or Fox News, and they're the boomers in the upper 70s. They're the ones that watch those channels. And if you look at the commercials for those channels, it's all medical. Here in the United States, it's all medical support stuff. Okay,
Or
you
Viagra.
don't see
Viagra.
car ad. You don't see, they're not buying cars. You don't see anything other than the different big pharma ads on every news channel.
But it's like a fix for them, though, isn't it? It goes on in the morning.
Because they grew up under the authority of the news never lied to you.
Yeah.
The newspaper was good. You watched the news to be informed. You were a good civil citizen with civil awareness by watching the news, until the news became co-opted by the mid-1990s, and there was no free press from the late 1990s to there is now.
It's interesting because, like, my granddad watches the news every day, but a lot of he says he doesn't believe a lot of it, but he still chooses to watch it. Like, I don't bloody believe a lot of this, but I'm still watching it.
You got to realize those news channels are designed to give people dopamine releases, to make it as addictive as cocaine.
Yeah.
Okay. My dad turns on the television 7 o'clock in the morning, and it is CNN or MSNBC all the way until some sports is on, and then it goes back to CNN. 16, 17 hours a day. Always droning around the background. For decades, this has been going on. Okay? To the point, it's sickening to me. You know, when I have to hear it, and I'm like, that shit's gonna rot your brain. It's crack cocaine.
Yeah, I grew up in a household that it used to be 6 o'clock news over here, didn't it, Dale?
Yes.
When we only had like 3 channels. I know I'm a bit older than you, but like we only had the, I don't know, BBC 1, 2 and ITV, I think, at one time. And it was always, we had to watch the 6 o'clock news and then the 9 o'clock news in the evening.
And it was always like,
I was forced to watch our local news and world news every night.
Yeah.
I had no choice. I had to watch it. Okay?
With your eyes closed.
I was 4 years old, watching political, and then have to watch 60 Minutes because it would be on at 8 o'clock at night, and we were supposed to go to bed. The only way you could stay up was if you're watching 60 Minutes. Oh my God, what torture!
Yeah.
They have
and
a
now
lot
we've got it on tap, haven't we? It's on tap. You can just go and you can even ask Alexa. Before the show, I asked Alexa what the headlines, the news headlines were.
And like even some of the like subtle things going on the news, like the 6 o'clock news, for example, would come in with this duh, 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 and it would have
that's it.
And for some reason, when I heard it, I wanted to go watch it. I was like, shit, something's big's going to happen here.
The music, and the Big Ben.
Yeah. They know how to market it.
They know how to market doom and gloom.
They do.
To the consumers of doom and gloom.
Yes.
Okay? Now, I want to touch on something. This is the season of doom and gloom. We will have another doom and gloom season, election time. Come mid-October, when the elections are real, and whatever's going to happen between now and then happens, That's the next forecasted end of the world. Okay? So if the world doesn't end next Tuesday,
You have a show, the world.
there will be another coming. And I would like people to go into the chat, make comments on the page. What do you think the next doom and gloom prediction is going to be for the election cycle? If it even gets there. Will we have a market meltdown? What will happen between Wednesday next week and November 3rd, 2024? April 9th to October 2024.
So, how many events does it take to make a doom and gloom season, Andrew? Or is it the type of event?
Technically just one. It's how much can they harvest from the crop.
Right, okay. Yeah. So there's quite a bit of harvesting at the moment then. With the
they're milking this one good.
Yeah.
All the right-wing Christians who've been demasculated by the DEI movement are demanding the world ends.
So how long is this world gonna end been going on for, Andrew? Like, I know obviously
Since the beginning of the world.
Since so let's right. This is a good thing to talk about here. So before TV and before media was going on, how did they give the doom and gloom? Was it people coming around to towns to spread the message? Religion.
Just religious people would pull scriptures and make shit up. Okay, have visions.
Oh yes, I remember the world's end. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they would make shit up, and they'd have 40,000, 50,000 followers in a local area that would spread to this part of the world or that part of the world. You know, every major religion's got a prophet who's got an end of the world story.
The town crier.
Yeah, the town doomer.
Yeah, the town doomer. Because you see it on films, don't you, where they're going on about the world's ending. These old films, you know, Jesus, the world's ending tomorrow. Yeah.
So
you know, the year 66, they thought the devil was going to come, and in 667, but like church lost like 60% of its followers, and it took nearly 2 decades to get them back. Okay?
Well then.
The marketing plan
didn't work out well for them.
So Mike and David made some predictions.
What do we got?
Trump still going to jail. Mike says Biden wins, somehow then revolution. And then David says Russia calls out the CIA as enemy of the world.
They did that already. They've done that already. Called them out as enemy of the world already. The thing is that they're going to present proof.
The orange Nazi wins, then becomes the next Adolf.
Oh, it's quite possible he could win and take office on the day he's supposed to report to jail. Then there's a big thing because he'll pardon himself.
Are we talking about Trump here, the orange Nazi?
The orange Nazi. I just got it.
Yeah.
So what do you think? So let's talk about potentials. If Trump gets in, Andrew, what do you think? What are the potentials there?
If he gets in, if he makes it to the election alive.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I see lots of people support him now. It's so different.
Sure. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. As soon as they Judge Engoron did that $500 million fine against him, which took away his rights and ability to actually appeal it. There's structure of the United States courts that once you do something that's so egregious, there's a tipping point where the people on the left go, this is enough. Because what they did to Trump means they can do that to any other businessman in the world, to any banker in the world, to anybody. That means a local DA and prosecutor can take down the biggest of big guys. That's what that means. Yeah. And that means the rule of law ends. Okay. And ultimately that was the tipping point where even the media has realized we can demonize him, but there are certain structures our political internal swamp creatures shouldn't cross, but they are still doing it, which means the war for the swamp is raging on. I do believe Trump will make it there. He just announced Vivek Ramaswamy as his potential vice presidential pick, which technically guarantees him the victory. He already has the points to beat Biden hands down. It's a matter of how the election's going to get fixed and how they're going to hide the fixing of it. Okay? But those are other conspiracy theories and other doom and gloomer energies. Could something happen to Trump and he not make it to the election? Sure. That means Ramaswamy would take over. And then the groundswell for having a martyr. I don't know what's going to happen. I can only give my ideal suggestions, and mine are no stronger than anyone else's that are out there. The challenge for understanding, we got to know what's going to happen on Tuesday. Not that I think it's going to be the end of the world, okay? Because Wednesday, let's say Tuesday happens, and Wednesday all the bunkers go up for sale. And let's say Zuckerberg's $6 billion bunker suddenly goes up for sale, and he doesn't believe in the end of the world anymore. Okay.
So that reminds me of was it the guy? Who's the guy who owned Facebook? I've forgotten his name. Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Didn't he build a house in the ground like lately?
$6 billion. Yeah.
Yeah. It was literally like built into the ground, like bomb-proof and everything.
City.
Yeah.
It's a small city. Yes.
Oh my God.
But he's not the only billionaire with that. Okay. You see, I think the world is far brighter in the future than they ever want you to believe. We're more free now than we've ever been before. Okay? Yes, there's a suppression system. Yes, there's a censoring system. But 15 years ago, we would have been shot for talking about shit like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay? 20 years ago, we would never had the technology to do this. You'd have to be in a radio station.
You mean if we said P. Diddy?
Yeah. Or call him the diddler?
Call him. Yes. I think we got to show some beams here.
Let's say Wednesday comes around, and Wednesday comes around. There's no end of the world, but let's say that P. Diddy announces a deal with the government. What names has he given up? Yeah.
No.
Who's he given up?
The diddler.
Half of Hollywood? All the richie riches from around the world?
Yeah. Yeah, so
P. Diddy, he's in a weird spot. Even if let's say he doesn't snitch, he's still going to die.
Yeah. Because
he got caught. He's dead either way.
Yeah.
It's how long can he live for?
Yeah.
It feels, Andrew, that there's like levels when you're fucking with things, and when you're fucking with something to do with sex trafficking in that industry, you're going to get Epsteined. There's no other way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Okay.
Did he?
And fucking Cat Williams called it all out 7 weeks ago. All of Hollywood's going down this year.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Did you see the? I think we talked about it, didn't we? Did we talk about John Cena when he had came in naked to that show? That was just holy shit! Like wow.
So let's talk about what Cat Williams said, because it was prophetic. He said all of Hollywood would get exposed. The word apocalypse does not mean the doom and gloom term. It means revealing of the truth. So it actually means the truth will be set up. Is that the apocalypse? The downfall of the global elite, starting by P. Diddy, diddling with the elite power structure? Who's next? Could between now and the next election see billionaire after billionaire after billionaire taken down? I doubt it. Okay, I doubt it.
That 50 Cent was kind of putting his eyes on JayZ,
God.
wasn't he? He was kind of looking. He had JayZ on a milk bottle, a milk carton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say he does give up names. Like if they're billionaires, well, nothing will happen to them, right?
Sure, that's what I just said. Nothing will happen to them.
I know, but
why
do this then? Why do it?
Will have something happen to them.
They're what?
Their lackeys will have something happen to them.
Oh.
Because someone will need to
Scapegoats.
take the fall.
Right.
Yeah,
The sacrificial lamb.
that's it. The sacrifice.
Oh. Okay, so who would be in that list?
Half of Hollywood. The producers.
So, like, give
the
some.
executives,
I think it's
the
who wouldn't
music
be,
industry,
Amy.
Who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't
the
be?
corporate officers.
I know, but I'm just thinking, like, who? Like, throw some names out because I don't know
So
Hollywood.
remember
Like,
when Weinstein came out and you
yeah.
had the Me Too? It would be something similar to that, except it wouldn't be a cancel movement. It'd be
wouldn't
perp walk after perp walk after perp walk, trying to show the swamp to show it's fixing itself, to sway the election to Biden.
And do they know who they are?
Yeah, they've known forever.
The scapegoats know who they are. Like,
No,
if this
they don't. They all believe that they're untouchable,
okay.
like Diddy.
Oh, okay.
Because all this stuff on Diddy has been known for 20 plus years. 20 plus years, it's all been known. It's all this has been known. Why now?
Yeah.
Because of the election.
Okay? The election.
Yeah.
All this
I
is to
see.
sway the view that the swamp creatures are cleaning themselves up. In my view, in my perception.
Okay.
Because you even had so P. Diddy, there's so many young artists came to him, didn't they? And they spent like a year
Yeah.
with him, and he was
Yep.
saying that Usher couldn't get anywhere, and his last hope was Diddy, and apparently he stayed there for like a year, and even Diddy had legal guardianship over a lot of them.
Yep.
So by law, he was a guardian. Really weird stuff.
Yeah. What parent would do that? What parent would give the?
Well, when there's $2 million in your bank account and another $2 million every year, that's the kind of parents that do that. Parents that want fame.
Yeah. Wow.
So let's look at, if this does come about and he gets prosecuted, what could happen then? Like, surely that would be a
The
huge
prosecution
thing.
wouldn't happen this year or next year. It would only be what would between now and this election. What only potentially could happen is they put up a grand jury, and then people will turn themselves in because the grand jury would come back and issue an indictment. An indictment could lead to you have to come and talk to the police, not necessarily arrest warrants. Okay, it would be what is that term? The legal term? Not an injunction. Would they compel you to testify? Brain fart.
Is a bit like Maxine, because she didn't get prosecuted for years, did she? Like 2 years after.
No,
Was
she
it
went through
Maxine?
civil trials, and then
Okay.
they had her federal trial last year.
Okay.
Okay, so Karen, I was thinking the same thing. She's saying, what's behind the Diddy distraction? So Diddy gets prosecuted. Won't there be another
No. What's behind the Diddy distraction?
Yeah.
In to show that the swamp will clean its own mess up. Even though the swamp has gone crazy, whatever your view of Trump is, it's gone beyond any normal rule of law. They've broken rule of law over and over and over again. Okay? Whether you're a Trump supporter or not, that's the reality of facts. Okay? They are going after political rivals. Yeah, subpoena, sorry. So they're going after political rivals. And this country was never based on going after political rivals with the justice system. Never happened in our history before.
Okay, but they're cleaning up the swamp, but we know they're not really cleaning up the swamp in a way.
Sure,
right?
but everything is about the distraction, still the narrative itself. It'll give their view is it'll give a positive jump to the Democratic nominees, whoever they're going to be.
Yeah.
That means that the Democrats would switch back into law and crime. They would drop the defund the police and refund the police. Okay? But the Republicans are going to do the same thing. Okay? Because they realize they've gone too far with the extreme narratives, and that the loss of confidence has to be regained, or the next cycle of energy harvesting will be far less.
So just imagine
Sorry, Dale.
Just imagine who's going to step forward like they did with the Epstein, or the victims when it starts going through who want compensation. I think we'll get loads of people.
Only six stood up.
Okay.
And there were many, 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 many more, which means there are going to be very few that actually stand up in the Diddy situation because they'll all become criminal informants, hidden criminal informants.
Okay.
Mm.
But does the system use like sacrificial lambs?
Sure.
Scapegoats. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why they're called sacrificial lambs and scapegoats.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wow.
Did you hear about the? I think you were talking about this, Andrew. Was it the Jennifer Lopez incident? Was that? Did
Which
that
one?
happen? The one with the gun in the nightclub?
Yes, that was
Yeah.
that was what, early 1990s, mid 1997, 98, maybe 99 or 2000, somewhere in that era. And yeah, they knew about it then.
Yeah.
But nothing ever went anywhere because he was protected.
Didn't someone go down for him for 10 years for $2 million or something? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some football player.
Wow.
Mm. So what? Oh, go ahead, Dale.
No, you go, Amy. You go.
No, I was just thinking of this. Like, I'm thinking of like a concentric circle. Like, if Diddy's in the middle, and what does the circles going out represent? Like, just in our small world, in our not their billionaire world, but what things can happen that I don't know what I'm trying to say, but what things can happen in our world that we live in, like this normal world, right? We're not in the billionaire club.
But the billionaire club is what's influencing us.
Oh.
And if the billionaire club says it indicates subtly we're policing ourselves, will they gain confidence in the billionaire club's elite ruling rules? Will they give support back to those organizations who have lost much of the support of the public?
and carry on having the wool pulled over our eyes. Go back to sleep, in other words, isn't it, in a way?
Yes.
So
Yep.
our
Go back to sleep. We're fixing it on our own.
so we would, yeah, okay.
Nothing happening here.
So it's like I don't know why I saw this circle happening, like a ripple. Okay. So
It is
but
a
they
ripple.
don't. Oh yeah,
But
but they
it's a
don't
rippling
really,
narrative.
because they don't really care about us little people here. They don't really.
No, they don't. They want us to eat bugs.
Yeah. Yeah, want us to eat bugs?
Yes,
Yeah.
World Economic Forum said humanity should start eating bugs.
Oh, yes.
What?
Yes. And then Klaus Schmidt's wife, the head of the World Economic Forum, his wife put out a cookbook of how to eat bugs.
No.
No, seriously.
Oh God.
You must say they're quite inventive, really.
They are. Okay, that's another thing that people believe that. Like,
It's real.
Let's eat bugs. Oh my gosh. I've never heard that. Okay. It's fun.
So there must be a lot of potentials if this does come out and he does get done for the sex trafficking and all of that, and people get caught, for people to more awaken to the obviously what it's all about. Because people like P. Diddy, I grew up listening to all of that stuff when I was a kid, and it's just like everyone's going to disappoint you who you looked at on the TV or you kind of thought was some sort of person to look up to. Surely it's going to cause more awakening or people to kind of step up. Do you think, Andrew? Because it's quite a big thing, isn't it? I don't think there's anything as big been like this in the music industry, has there? Like sex trafficking.
Oh, yes. Let me think. When was that? Do you remember during TRL, MTV TRL, right after school? There was a big sex ring taken down. I think it was in the 90s.
Okay.
And then it went underground, and then Nixium took over, which was the sex slave cult coaching industry, took over a huge volume of Hollywood. And then all those guys got taken down. So yes, there has been an ongoing sex worker, sex slave industry tear down in Hollywood that's cyclical. Every 7 or 9 years, it happens.
Dale, I didn't know you listened to American music.
Don't now, but I did when I was a kid. You just saw it on
Yeah.
MTV, didn't you? That's what all the played, like P Diddy, Tupac.
Oh, is that what you watched?
Eminem, and yeah.
Oh, MTV. Yeah, that's true. And what about the we're talking about P Diddy, but what about like the female P Diddies? Are there female P Diddies? How about that?
Yes, there are. So, who was that? Technically, Beyonce is a female Diddy, a Diddy-S.
Hideous.
Diddy-S. But Nexium brought, I don't know if you guys know about the Nexium
No.
issue. So it was a coaching group that started sex parties teaching Tantra to Hollywood elite that had sex parties in Hollywood elites' homes. And different Hollywood elites would sponsor these sex parties, and all the big movie producers and actors and actresses were a part of it somehow, some way. And long story short, it got to the point where it was sex slavery internally. Okay. And then they started taking down different members. And if you've never seen it, there are some news channel specials on Nexium. I highly recommend you go and watch them. It will tell you everything about the story. But Nexium has its other versions, like when Nexium never died. A new group took over with a new group, new sexual fetish fixations in Hollywood. But it's not just Hollywood. Like the Marquis de Sade. You guys remember that story from the French era? This type of stuff has gone on and on through history. Okay? On and on through history. Okay? The British had their own version of it in the 1700s and 1800s, where orgies with thousands of people at a time in the castle. Okay, except there were no video cameras then. Okay,
That's true. No phones.
right. No cell phones.
So it's interesting that you say Beyonce is like a female Diddy, and because you see all of loads of photos of JayZ, Beyonce, and Diddy together a lot, don't you? Yeah. And JayZ owns is it the Rockefeller music label?
Yes.
Yeah. And that just sounds a bit shady.
Yeah, but the Rockefeller, he got the money to buy it from BlackRock.
Okay.
So BlackRock is supporting all of those big people because they're trying to make a culture of criminality to support the private prison organizations. That's why rap has gone down the gangster style, and that's been promoted by the record labels because they want criminality to be a part of the ingrained culture.
Wow.
They sort of want to make it acceptable, I suppose, so that they can continue to do it.
They want it to be an acceptable culture.
And what kind of person, like these parties, who's allowed in, who's not allowed in? How do you get to that level of?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
What's
I can only theorize that it's some hierarchical order.
Well, I'm
you have to
wondering,
degrade yourself to get in. You got to degrade yourself.
Degrade. That's
Yes.
That's basically what you have to do. Basically, yeah.
But the thing is, every time something like this happens, like P. Diddy and so on, they have to regroup, don't they? And every time they have to regroup, their energy harvesting facility is less than it was, surely.
No, because the globalists are still protected. It's just their foot soldiers that are reaping the benefits of the high level of corruption and protection that they get.
Okay.
think of it this way: just because Diddy is in the situation he is, the reorganization is already gone. Who's going to be the next protected group to take over?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's why I said Diddy doesn't have a choice. Whether he testifies or doesn't, he's still dead. Okay? It's how long can he live for? He got caught. Simple as that.
Yeah.
After all these years, after these decades, it finally added up where they had to do something.
I think the catalyst was when his ex-wife filed that lawsuit against him, wasn't it? And he actually settled that with an out-of-court settlement to her. But
Yeah.
did she file again? And is that why it came about?
No,
Or?
so her NDA is not valid if it involves actual sex trafficking crimes across borders, and a variety of other things. It was one of his music producers who filed a lawsuit that alleged the very similar things that his wife did. And
Yeah.
the music producer also talked about a time in, I think it was Boston or New York, where Diddy and his son went into the bathroom and shot somebody, and he was able to have the police cover it up. And this guy witnessed a variety of other things, including the sex trafficking stuff. Okay. And then there were enough people who were basically being whistleblowers that something had to be done.
Did you see the video of the next door neighbor talking on the camera, saying
Which
that
one?
he used? He was like in a car, and he was saying that he used to see like school buses there and stuff, and kids coming out at like 3
Yep.
a.m.
Oh my goodness.
Next door neighbor just casually talking about it. I knew there was something going on because I could see kids coming out at like 3 a.m. into big buses.
Yes, but those were imports from the rave parties,
Okay, yeah.
which were the recruiting leagues for sex workers. That's where they would recruit for the sex workers.
Was Michael Jackson also part of this, or was it on a different?
So I have my own belief about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't think he was a child abuser. He was abused terribly as a child, and he was a freak, clearly,
Yeah.
but he didn't, in my view, didn't abuse children. He was broken and traumatized in such a way, he just was an adult who could only connect to children. That was the only way he could feel normal. Okay? And with that came people that would try to blackmail him, create fake information. One way or another, it was to control him and his music empire and the money behind it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you said that because I'm a big fan.
I don't know what to do when I listen to his music now. I'm like, should I listen to this?
I know. I was a big fan. Am still. Yeah. That makes me feel better about that. Yeah.
So what you're saying, Andrew, is every time like there's one of the system's foot soldiers, like P. Diddy is taken down, they will have another one. They'll regroup and have somebody else to replace him without ever being touched.
That's already happening now.
Okay.
Probably even before the Diddy raid on his houses, they were figuring out, all right, who's going to take over? Okay, because they still have to maintain their power, and these sex rings are a way for them to continuously have blackmail over everyone, to influence people to do the bidding of whoever's in charge. That's why these sex rings exist. It's not, this has gone throughout history. This is normal, everyday history. It's just now we have television and social media.
Should we play some bets on when he's going to get smoked? Then put your bets in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's leave that for another day.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I want to bring this up. Diddy has not been charged, which means he's negotiating with the prosecutor's office. Who's he going to give up? What jail time is he going to do? Where is he going to go in witness protection if it's even being offered to him? Where could Diddy go anywhere in the world and still be protected? He's such a recognizable person. Where's he going to go? The Cook Islands, where everybody knows everybody? As soon as he appears anywhere in the world, it's going to be social media. He's not going to be a tire salesman in Indiana. Okay. Okay. Where does he go? Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah. North
Or
Pole.
does he join Elvis and go off world?
Mm.
I remember you telling me that. You can't just drop
about.
that in, Andrew, and just move on.
Yes.
Oh, do tell about Elvis.
That messed with me for a while. That took me a few days.
Now, the other thing about this Diddler incident here is all the other people who were a part of the infrastructure of blackmail, rape, and sex trafficking. Those are the people to really worry about for the global elite. Those are the ones that are going to have their brakes fail, jump out of hospital building windows, all Epsteined, and no one will ever know because they're mid-level, mid-tiered people. But these mid-level, mid-tiered people know where all the bodies are buried, literally. Okay, that's the big thing they have to deal with, and that's where things could easily be derailed for their plan. Okay, so right now there are people dying all over the world. Okay, brakes are failing everywhere. Okay?
Housekeepers in all the houses.
Yes,
in all the houses.
Is that who was it? Was it McAfee, that guy who got that happened to him, didn't he? Yeah, when he was in some foreign country, he got arrested and got taken.
Guatemala.
Out. Yeah.
Wow. Is this? I'm going to bring up the word karma because I'm just thinking of the housekeeper.
This is karma.
This is karma. So the housekeeper who, I'll work for Diddy. She probably doesn't even know who he is.
Oh, she knows who he is. Absolutely.
Okay. So like he has all these housekeepers. So like the karma in that is, I don't know.
Guess what? They could be charged.
Really?
That's why I'm saying there's going to be, they're all mid-level aware people. Okay.
So I'm going to come here and I'm going to work for Diddy and I'm going to be charged. I'm going to jail.
Well, no, they get paid a lot of money to shut up and have NDAs. Okay?
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
But NDA does not cover, you're not protected by the NDA if there's criminal activity. The NDA is invalid.
Okay.
Just imagine how many housekeepers have been paid off or secretly killed.
Yes. And did this Diddygate? Somebody said Diddygate.
Yes.
Did this Diddygate suppress what's happening over in the UK with Princess Kate?
I don't know about that, but the British have their own way of suppressing their own sex stories.
Oh.
Go back to what's his face, Jerry Saville.
Jimmy
Savile.
Yeah.
Savile, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah. Has the UK ever had anything like this?
Hundreds of them.
Yeah.
They've covered it up worse than America.
They keep losing the dossier. When
they keep
comes up, they keep losing the file. They keep losing the dossier that names all the people. But gradually, I mean, bits and pieces come out and people come down from the Met and so on. But yeah, the dossier is still missing as far as I know.
It baffles me as well with that Jimmy Savile, how that happened and the BBC didn't get investigated or brought to justice by being able to. It's insane. Like, come on.
That's
how obvious it was as well. Yeah. So bad.
He was so creepy.
Yeah.
Was he? Who was he? Was he a music guy? Was he a...
Yeah, he was like a DJ and then he presented
He's that creepy. People
the
dress
plot?
up as him of Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh
He used
gosh.
to do a lot with kids, pretend to, look after kids and do stuff for kids. It's just the stuff he did wasn't what people thought it was.
Well, he was a main charity representative and donation person to teenager hospitals and young girl hospitals. So he basically used to run them all, where there were probably about teenager or young girls, and that was his thing, unfortunately.
Those with problems and so on, and he had full access. That was the problem.
What about Kate? Let's talk about Kate. Have you seen what's been going on with Kate, Andrew? Kate Middleton.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, can hear you. Yeah.
All right, my computer is having something weird. I'm going to come in on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, so Kate Middleton, have you seen anything, Amy and Laura,
Just
about that?
that she came out with the cancer. She has cancer.
Yeah, because she went missing for ages, didn't she? And everyone was asking where she was, and now she's turned up, and they've, yeah.
Well, I mean, the other thing you could ask is how has Prince Andrew got away with it for so long?
That's it, because of who is behind and who's around him. The court, so the royal family own the UK court. That's another thing to think about. And I remember you remember when Diana died? There was that Diana's. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but there's a documentary out there on YouTube where the guy who died with Diana in the car, his dad is a billionaire, and he actually created a documentary to show that there was loads of evidence showing that she was killed on the way to hospital from the crash. And there was compelling evidence, because I think from the crash site to the hospital, it took them an hour and a half, and it should have taken them 20 minutes. And just all these weird stuff. And the guy in the ambulance who actually treated her was known for being paid off. And this billionaire was trying to take them to court, but he couldn't take them to court because the royal family own the court system.
Yeah.
They run it. So it's like nothing's going to happen.
No, nothing's going to happen.
Right, so you were saying that Kate Middleton's got cancer? Is that what they're saying now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't heard anything about that. That hasn't made it to any of my news stuff yet.
Yeah,
she came out with a video. She talked in a video.
When was this?
When was this? A week ago?
Yeah, recently.
I think it was a week ago.
Yeah.
But about a month and a half ago, it's been over the media that they were trying to find her, because what happened over...
I know that part.
Yeah.
Did they say what kind of cancer?
No, but she had abdominal surgery.
Did they say what kind?
No, she doesn't say what kind.
Say what kind of cancer, as far as I know.
Okay, abdominal surgery probably means some type of colon cancer.
Yeah.
Or uterine cancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now back to the British sex scandals, like Dale and Laura just explained to you, they've covered it up a different way. They've got their British royal elite sex scandals going on. Okay? Prince Andrew's been involved in every sex scandal around the world. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Laura said.
He doesn't sweat, and he's still not sweating it.
And yet Harry's the one they won't speak to.
Yes. Yeah. That had to be one of the most stupidest things he could have said in his interview, that I don't sweat.
That's right.
It was...
Oh, dear. He left.
Oh, there he is. What I want what star system is running Earth.
You what?
Karen.
Oh, yeah.
Star system is running Earth. It's this hollow Earth running Earth. That was on. We were doing that last week's show, weren't we? I think with Andrew, or the week before.
Yes.
Week before, yeah. Yeah. Let's see what anybody else.
So questions as well, guys. We've got a very active chat, which is brilliant. We appreciate every single one of your comments, questions. Let's see if we can pick some out with some questions.
Was Kate a victim of domestic violence? Everything comes out is AI, from photos to videos. Oh, yeah, they did the picture, the Mother's Day picture.
Yeah,
oh, yes,
so
So
that was it. So that's what sparked it all. So there was a picture of Kate Middleton and the two kids, wasn't there, or three? I don't know how many she had.
Three.
all of a sudden there was a Photoshop error. So they thought she was either dead or just gone missing. So all this spark was going on. Yeah.
And she said,
Clone took over.
do you think she photoshops her own photos? I mean, that's what she said.
She did say that one
Yeah,
was,
I think
and she
they-
apologised for that.
I think they do it all the time, Amy. I think there's been so many incidents where people have seen royal family photos and zoomed in and got like, this doesn't make sense.
Oh, but I mean,
Yeah,
she said she did it
Kate
herself.
Middleton is wrinkly as fuck without makeup.
Say that again.
He's coming in garbled.
Kate Middleton is wrinkly as fuck without her makeup.
Oh.
Ah. Oh no. I'm looking for. What about the karma for Diddy? Nina's asking.
Oh God, that goes back ancient days. I mean, think about it. He's got a spiritual contract to be the producer for all the major hip hop rap artists for the last 25 years, plus his own music that he did. Okay? Huge spiritual contracts. Could he have done good? Sure, but he didn't. He followed in the classic karma of repetition, went the negative way, went to the way of power.
Free will choice.
I'm having weird internet issues right now.
You're obviously saying too
Can
much.
you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Let me hang up and rejoin. Something's gone even wrong with my phone. I can't join. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So doom and gloom, guys. Doom and gloom.
Yeah, I'm
How
looking.
how can we flip the frequency on this for those people listening?
I'm not going to tell you because anything I say I'll be taken down as being a light worker.
I've got a non-light worker answer here. Oh shit, my video's gone off. Turn the TV and turn the news off. That's the best thing you can do. Obviously, you can listen to it and watch it, but making it irrelevant for your greater journey, I think that's one of the best ways to deal with it.
Yeah. I think
Relic One's right as well. Making it funny, laughing at it, which is what we've been doing on here. Really, you have to. You just have to take that bigger view, don't you?
You do.
Yes.
And it's a different way. Like intuitively, I knew that's crap. Like that's just crap. I was in that days of watching all that, but it was like something just said, "Why are you watching that?" I find a hobby, find something that interests you, not giving your time to those types of people, because they're not telling you the truth, anyways.
I like that, Tina. Be your own multi-dimensional celebrity of one.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Shall we have a quick break while Andrew comes back in?
Yeah, Joel, let's have a quick break. And so we're going to have a quick break, guys, and we're back in about 5 minutes' time.
Something truly special to share with all those out there on a path of spiritual and physical wellness. We're talking about the upcoming Combined Healing and Paranormal Rangers training tour in York, UK this June. First, for all the amazing women out there, we have the Divine Feminine Package. This package is designed to honour and celebrate the sacred feminine within each and every one of us. And let's not forget the incredible benefits of the HIFU treatment included in this package. HIFU, or High Intensity Focused Ultrasound, is a breakthrough for vaginal rejuvenation, increased sensitivity, say goodbye to dryness and urinary incontinence.
Absolutely, Laura. And included in this package is 2 days of our complete combined healing therapy system, along with the rejuvenation HIFU treatment. We've also included a special meditation to reconnect your sacred femininity. It's a beautiful opportunity for you to nourish your inner goddess. And as a bonus, we are offering a complimentary head, neck, and shoulder massage to further enhance your relaxation and well-being. Plus, you will also receive a comprehensive body composition scanning for posture and composition analysis. It's also about empowering you to understand and embrace your unique journey.
Revitalize your inner and outer well-being with our Divine Feminine package. It's an incredible opportunity to experience deep healing and reconnect with your feminine power.
And all of this is available for $3,200 for a 2-day package. And if you get the Combining Healing and the Paranormal Rangers Training Tour package, you can add the Divine Feminine package for just $3,000. That's a $200 discount. Trust us, it's worth every penny for this transformation and empowerment you'll experience.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're here to tell you about the Paranormal Rangers Training Tour, which is part of the upcoming Combined Healing and Paranormal Rangers Training Tour in York. This training is not just for the paranormal enthusiasts out there. It's for anyone who's looking to elevate and deepen their spiritual consciousness by connecting with the unseen parts of our realm.
That's right, Laura. We're here to invite you to hone your paranormal investigation skills with our experience in this field to support you. This tour is also an incredible opportunity to explore your spirituality. Afterwards, you can tune up your spiritual awareness with the Combined Healing System. Join us for 4 unforgettable days of hands-on training in paranormal investigations and fieldwork into the haunted city of York. During the 2 days of an in-class training, we'll share our forensic-based investigation skills and equip you with the knowledge you need to explore the unseen world.
And then you'll have 2 captivating days of fieldwork where you'll accompany a well-known tour group as we explore York's most haunted places. It's a chance to put your skills into practice in a real-world setting.
But here's the best part. When you sign up for this tour, you'll receive $700 worth of cutting-edge field equipment. That includes a thermal camera, a body camera, a tri-field meter, and night vision goggles. These tools of the trade will be yours to keep, allowing you to continue your journey into the mystical for long after the tour ends. Whether you're a seasoned investigator or just looking for a new approach to get past spiritual blockage, this tour is perfect for you. It's an incredible opportunity to learn, grow, and connect into the group with the shared goals. All of this is available for just $4,500. Trust us, it's an investigation into your self-growth and a chance for you to take your paranormal journey to new heights. Don't miss out on this exciting tour. Join us in York and become part of the paranormal community. Welcome back, everyone.
Meow, meow, meow.
Oh, you're there.
There we go. So, welcome back. So, what we were talking about before, I think the last topic we were talking about was England, wasn't it? And the structure, how they suppress things, yeah.
How do we suppress things, Andrew, that's different from you? Or how does the UK do it that's different?
You guys are more gullible and believe that the prince and princesses will do no wrong. We just don't give a fuck. We know ours do wrong, but don't care.
we have royal tea parties. Everyone gets
Right.
together and has scones and tea and jam. Start waving the flags on the streets. That's how delusional we are.
It's really funny how people are trying to force the conversation to go Lightworker in the chat. The Eclipse energy is already here.
Yes.
What can we do to get ready of it? if you haven't been listening to our shows, go listen to any of the last 30 shows. We give you all the tools, tips, and techniques of how to deal with the weird energies that are going on this year. This particular show was to change it up, do things a little bit different. Okay? Add a little humor to the people's lives out there that have serious sticks up their ass to the size of stumps.
Yeah. What haven't we covered today? What else is going on we haven't mentioned?
I don't remember. You mentioned a lot of
Jesus
shit.
returned, didn't he? Yes, the other day, Sunday. Oh no, it was Easter, wasn't it? Yeah, the celebration of Jesus returning.
What have they got in the chat?
Nothing so far.
Well, what's
Diddy's a
the
confidential informant. We've known that for years, that he's a confidential informant. That's why he's in the protected class. It's just he's no longer protected. Something went on somewhere, somehow. Something got rubbed the wrong way where he's not protected anymore. Okay?
So I'm just going to put this one out there. So I don't know what happened, but obviously Diddy was really close to Biggie, wasn't he? And he was part of his label and brought him into it.
Yeah. So I want to answer Relic's question. I'm not a stickler, but I do have one serious question. Do you think it's a good idea to keep a Faraday bag for important electronics on Eclipse Day? No. Don't empower it. Guess what? If there's a worldwide electromagnetic pulse, even if your shit's in a bag, all the computers that would run it are toast, worthless. So why are you going to do? You're going to have a bag, your shit's protected, but none of the electronics in the whole world will work because they all be fried from inside. You do get that, right? And I'm not trying to talk down to you. I'm trying to talk people back up into the reality of if there's a major energy surge that's going to go down, everybody's electronics will fail. Nothing will work. Their car won't start. Your computer won't work. Your furnace won't work. Nothing will work if it's got an electrical circuit. Okay? Nothing worldwide. If there was something like the Carrington event again. Yeah? What do I think is going to happen? A whole bunch of cybersecurity failures are going to go on, but we're never going to be told about it. Okay? A whole bunch of internet attack issues will go on, similar to the bridge issue, but nothing's going to be done about it. We're not going to hear about it. Unless you're in the depths and throes of cybersecurity, you don't truly know what's going on in the undersea world, in the cybernetic world. Good question from Jeff. Is there a deeper reason why the apocalypse is so funny? I mean, look at the memes. I suppose it's the iconoclasm and the trickster energy that self-legitimizes the regime. Yes, great way to describe it. They just shoot themselves in the foot over and over again. Why, Laura, for you, why is it so funny to watch them fail miserably?
Because they just keep doing the same thing, the same result. And it's just crazy.
It's just a clown show.
Yeah.
Just full of many different clowns.
Mm-hmm. So we have Doom and Gloom Clown up front now. Okay? Who comes after Doom and Gloom Clown? Happy Clown. Who comes after Happy Clown? Depressed Clown. What comes after Depressed Clown? Financial Instability Clown. Okay? And then they send in all the clowns just before the election.
Was the bridge an attack or accident?
It was absolutely a cyber attack.
Okay.
They're 100% covering it up. So if anybody knows anything about how ports work, no boat goes in and out without a tug next to it. That boat was called back to port and the tugs were dispatched away from it. Okay? Anybody that's ever had any level of boating experience in any major port harbor knows that those boats don't go out by themselves. Simple as that. Okay? And it did. It was an absolute guided disaster from the very beginning. The entire crew of the boat says it was a cyber attack, but they're all being silenced. Everybody that's in the internet world that knows how cybersecurity works knows that it was a cyber attack. And guess what? This isn't the only boat that's hit a bridge since that day. 4 more boats have hit bridges around the country. Okay? They're just not telling you.
Oh, okay.
Okay? They just didn't make the bridge collapse like it did in the bay.
Why are some news reporters calling it about Black Swan event?
Because that's the thing that triggers a bigger set of disasters. Think of it like the first domino going down, and then a whole bunch of more things happen, which that's called the Black Swan event. But usually it's Black Swan as a financial term.
Yeah, but not necessarily in this case then.
Well, the thing is, if you know what Baltimore Harbor does, and if you look at it from a bigger picture, it supports European import and export companies. That's its main thing. So the damage to that port will hurt Mercedes, all the big European car importers, technological importers. It will hurt Europe more than it will hurt any American or China, and a lot of Chinese companies import into there too. It'll hurt more European and Chinese companies than will do anything else. Okay, and then the next thing is Baltimore Harbor houses the military cargo ships. All the major military cargo ships to support war are based right there in Baltimore Harbor. So that means if they were ever going to support Israel and land troops in Israel en masse, they would need those ships in the Baltimore Harbor. So there is a bigger 4-dimensional chess play going down to taking that bridge down. By taking that bridge down, they have struck at the heart of European manufacturing, have struck at the heart of Chinese manufacturing, and taken away a potential invasion effort done by the United States. Okay?
So the stock market crashed after, did it?
No, it didn't do shit.
Okay,
it didn't do shit because it's completely 100% manipulated. Okay? Sure, it's absolutely hurting workers in Baltimore. It's hurting people, but the thing is, in the bigger picture of world events, it is affecting the European companies more than it'll affect anything else. And guess what? All of those workers in Baltimore are going to get an insurance payout from the insurance from the boat. It's just going to take them time to get paid out.
Wasn't there loads of fair warning that it was going to crash? Like a lot of warning beforehand.
Sure, 4+ minutes of Mayday, 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 Mayday. Where are the tugboats to pull us away? Why isn't the anchor going down? Over and over again. They don't want you to know this stuff. Then they're doing a really good job to cover it up.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's a bit like that explosion. Was it last year? The one.
Which one? There was hundreds of explosions last year.
Oh fuck! I can't remember which one it was. I'm having a brain fart, but I just remember this one. Yeah. Was it near a dock? I think that might be near a dock as well.
The one in not Lebanon, Beirut. Yeah.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
Yes, that was 2 years ago or
2
3.
years ago.
Yeah.
It's incredible how slyly they cover shit up and just move on. It's like next.
Well, right now we have hundreds of thousands of protesters in Israel trying to create a situation of peace. And just before the attack on Israel, Netanyahu's government was about to go down because they were going to take the power of the Supreme Court away there. And right now, that's a major next political issue because what's really going on is the Netanyahu power broker, elite Khazarian mafia groups are being challenged on the highest global scale. Okay? And you have a variety of other things in the Ukraine war, the terrorist attack in Moscow, They captured 4 of those terrorists alive and put them in front of the court, and they all admitted that they were hired for $10,000 to go and shoot up places in Russia. Okay,
Wow.
and they pretty much know who did it, who hired them, Ukrainians, through the money of the USA. Okay, is Putin going to publicly display that? At some point, he probably will, but the American news will never cover it. Global news will never cover it until such a time there's a fracturing of the global news. Okay? Can P. Diddy take down some major news reporters? Maybe. Okay? Maybe.
How involved do you think P. Diddy was, Andrew? Like, do you reckon he was?
He was the Hollywood Epstein.
Okay, yeah.
And in fact, probably bigger than Epstein.
But he was still a little bitch to his higher up echelon people. Do you think?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
They could have just given him carte blanche, do whatever you want, and we're going to 100% protect you.
Yeah,
Get us as much blackmail on everyone you can.
Okay.
So Dale about to go late worker?
Never. No, it's deactivated, Andrew, fully. It's fully deactivated. So if anybody's got any questions in the chat as well, we've had some great feedback and comments going this show. We really appreciate them. And also, if you're on the Rumble site, if you're on the YouTube, please hit a subscribe and like as well. We really appreciate the support. So, guys, where are we going to go for this final part of the show? What doom and gloom can we give? So we've got a question here from Chakra Healer 88. Are the royal cancer diagnosis marketing for visors? I'm quite worried of what I'm saying now on the YouTube channel. For visors and cancer vaccines.
It will be. Not yet. It will be, though. Okay? I think right now, all the independent factions who take orders from the different elite world leaders are all trying to tread carefully on the eggshells of people's perceptions right now. The world is not as dumb as it was before. Yes, there's a certain amount of dumb people, but that number isn't as guaranteed as it was 10 years ago. And it's not that you have people waking up. You have people that are just not listening anymore. And that's worse than listening. They just tuned out and are doing whatever brings happiness and joy to them. And that's awesome for us. They just have turned off and walked away from the news. If you turn off and walk away from the news, who's going to buy your shit? No one. No one. Okay?
And who are you going to get energy from?
Sure.
Who are you going to harvest from?
Sure. That's why they got to rattle the cage as much as they can. And P. Diddy's Diddler is a great way to rattle the global stage and that make everybody look at the story.
Yeah.
Eh? Get back and watch our shit, assholes.
Sacrificial lamb.
No, because they know they can't really do a major market crash before the election.
Yeah.
Because that would just guarantee Trump even more potency. Okay? They've needed to crash the market years ago, but they didn't. Okay? So now that's off the table unless there something serious happens. Okay? They've boxed themselves into a narrative corner. Okay? They brought Israel back and killed a bunch of people. That's not working out for them too well, is it? Okay? So what are they going to bring back? A sex scandal. There we go.
Yeah.
Good old-fashioned sex scandal.
What will be next
and
after
everybody
that?
trying to find out what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next?
Yeah, I only watched that law channel for the kind of update on it, because it's just all over Facebook. Everything just trying to get you to click. and they even changed the what it's like Usher, pictures of Usher and Diddy, and there's no pictures on there, but it's just they just try and get you by the balls all the time.
Yep. That good old fashioned reach around. Exactly. Right? Well, guys, let's call it an end to the show. We've covered a lot. We had an amazing breaking news. I am your senior conspiracy reporter.
I'm the light worker reporter this week.
Yeah, Laura's the light worker reporter.
Won that award.
Right, guys. So, how can people get a hold of you for sessions, Andrew?
You go to my website, andrewbartzis.com. We have we're still open for people who want to sign up for level 1 mentorship or level 2. You can go to my website, andrewbartzis.com, and find out all the details. Also, we have a brand new automated booking system if you want to book a session with me. And I look forward to seeing you guys at York. If you'd like to come there and experience all the different packages we have at a price from the low price to the high price, we are treating everyone. It's the level of it you want to invest in yourself.
Beautiful. Laura?
So if you'd like to go round to your ancestral fire with me, I'm an ancestral medium, or want a session on how to use shamanic practices to develop your self-mastery and so on, you can find me at lauratwofeathers@gmail.com with the number 2, or any queries you've got on combined training. If you can't find it online, then please email me on combined therapies in June. Let me know. Thank you.
And if anybody would like a psychic surgery session with myself, head over to daletobin.com. I am going to be opening a date for Psychic Surgery 1 training at some point as well. So if you're feeling lost, you're feeling stuck, or you're feeling overloaded with the doom and gloom energy, head over to the website and book a session. So I'd like to say as well, thank you everyone for the interaction in the audience. We've had lots of great questions and comments as well. And again, please hit the subscribe button, put a like in, and if you're listening to this show in the future, put a comment in, because we do read them and we really appreciate them. So thank you, Laura, thank you, Andrew, and thank you everyone for listening.
Thanks, Dale. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, everyone in the chat.
Yeah, lovely show.